Today ho, I am known as a person who manages his business by using the Bible as his main reference. Gusto ko sana explain sa inyo in this vlog, paano ko napunta doon. Hindi ko ginamit ang Bible as a business reference because I want to look spiritually good before man and before God. Hindi ho totoo yun. The only reason why I use the Bible as a business reference, it was out of desperation ho. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a priest, I'm just an ordinary businessman who just discovered something special about the Bible. So gusto ko explain sa inyo ano na-discover ko. When we moved here to Bukidnon, to those who know me, we started our life in a 20-foot container van. And so nahiya ako sa misis ko because my wife comes from a relatively well-to-do family, but sabi ko sa kanya, huwag ka mag-alala babes, because we're a contract grower of Monterey, in 5 years I can build you a better house. You know, during that time, the idea of being a contract grower or a franchisee of a big corporation was very, very exciting. And I really thought it would give us the kind of life we wanted. Wala akong mali sa contract grower or sa pagiging franchisee, pero may na-discover lang ako sa kanya. I discovered that while you will live a comfortable life, hindi kayo talaga yayaman ng mabilis because ang laki-laki ng investment, ang liit-liit ng portion na nakukuha ninyo. But it's not a bad business, it's a good business. However, I made a promise to my wife. Sabi ko sa kanya, huwag ka mag-alala babes, after 5 years, I'll build you a better house. Pag gumanda yung negosyo. And then I realized, I will not be able to keep my promise because it will take us a long time before we pay the loan to her family bago kami makapag-ipon for ourselves. That was one of the reasons why I was led to the Bible. The other reason is, you know, I really believe I was relatively a good business person because sa HP, I would meet my targets every year. And I thought I know how to run a business. And ang problema when I started our piggery, ang hindi ko maintindihan na, alam mo, for the first 4 years, we were really struggling for money, for cash. Ang samaho ng cash flow namin. And hindi ko siya maintindihan. When I was in HP, I was managing complicated engineers. And during this time, I was only managing ordinary laborers who would take care of hogs. And meron pang Monterey na tutulong sa amin. And hindi ko siya mapakita. So we were really struggling with money. And yung dalawang yun ang nagdala sa akin to read the Bible. As I said kanina, I read the Bible out of desperation. You know, realizing that I could not give my wife a better life. You know, I started to wake up every morning scared. Hindi ko alam kung naintindihan niyo yung feeling na wala kang matakbuhan pag may problema ka. Ganun kami sa Bukidnon. Wala kaming kaibigan, wala kaming kamag-anak. So every time may lalapit sa akin na empleyado ko, kinakabahan ako. Baka meron siyang hingin o meron kaming problemang harapin na hindi ko kaya ayusin. And that led me to read the Bible. At the beginning I only read the Bible because I was looking for comfort. You know, I was hoping that God would give me the peace I need. And because wala naman kaming TV at saka dyaryo during the time, because we started life in a very, very simple way, I would wake up very early in the morning, I would read my Bible, in the evening, I do the same. Pero again ang motivation ko lang, I was hoping God can give me comfort or can give me peace. So ang ginawa ko, because I really had no seminary training naman, I just read the Bible from cover to cover, Genesis to Revelation, and I do that again and again. If I finish the first round, I do it again. And I did that for, I think, a couple of years. And one day, I realized something very important. I realized that the people we call prophets were actually ordinary businessmen. Most of them were farmers. So I got excited. Because, di ba, I'm a farmer, they were farmers, and then negosyante rin pala sila. And they were amazing business people. What do I mean? If you've heard about Abraham, dayo yan. Dumayo siya sa isang lugar na wala siyang kamag-anak and kaibigan, and ang kasama lang niya yung pamangkin niya si Lot. One day, nag-away sila. Nag-away yung mga tao nila, sabi ni Abraham, Lot, wag tayong mag-away. Hatiin na lang natin yung lupa. Your herdsmen will take one side and I will take the other side. And then ginawa niya, pinapili niya si Lot muna. Of course, si Lot, being a wise person, pinili niya yung kung saan may tubig. And the Bible tells us that ang naiwan kay Abraham, barren land. When I realized na naiwan sa kanya barren land, I got excited. Because barren land yung nakuha namin eh. Walang puno, walang laman, puro kugon. And yet, si Abraham was able to prosper. In fact, after many years, he became the richest man in the place. He even have an army with 312 men. So can you imagine the size of his farm? So he was a person that inspired me. Sabi ko, meron tong mga alam na dapat ko maintindihan. Another person who inspired me was Joseph. You know, sa atin, kwento lang siya of a person who saved Egypt from 7 years of famine. I don't know if you're able to imagine what he did. Okay? And a slave who became a prisoner saved the greatest nation of his time from 7 years of famine. Sabi ko, may alam to na dapat ko maintindihan. And the other person who really inspired me in the Bible is Nehemiah. Nehemiah was able to rebuild a 2.5 kilometer wall, 30 feet wide, in a place that he's never been to, working with people that he did not know. And he did that in 52 days. If you read the book of Nehemiah, wala hong mirakulong nangyari. Walang nahulog na bato, walang nagbigay ng kahoy, marami silang problema. And he was able to achieve what they set out to do in a very short time with very little resources. And because of this, one day sabi ko sa sarili ko, Dong, may mga alam to na dapat mo maintindihan. And sabi ko sa sarili ko, Dong, wala nang mawawala sa'yo. Kasi wala na lahat eh. Walang mawawala sa'yo if you now read the Bible as a business book. Which I did. Ginawa ko, tinabi ko lahat ng librong nabili ko when I was in HP. I set them aside, linagay ko siya sa bodega, and I took the Bible and I would read it every day. This time, it was not for comfort. This time, it was for business. I started to read the Bible with the eyeglasses of a businessman and a farmer. And I was very, very inspired by Joseph kasi naniniwala ako, Joseph may be one of the greatest entrepreneur in history, including our history. Now, bakit ko nasabi yan? One of the most inspiring businessman today, na kaso patay na siya, si Steve Jobs. He was able to build the most valuable company in the world. The value of the company is bigger than many countries, the GDP of many countries. Pero Joseph was different. He was able to save the greatest nation of his time from 7 years of famine. I really believe even Steve Jobs could not have done that. He did that when he did that at the age of 30. So, these people inspired me now to read the Bible as a business book. And when I decided to read the Bible as a business book, so sabi ko sa sarili ko, Dog, total, gagamitin mo naman siya as a business book. Just do everything it will tell you. So I made a commitment to the Lord. Sige Lord, subukan ko. Whatever you say, I will do. To the point of resting my soul on the 7th year. And there have been amazing things na nangyari. Ulitin ko, there was no miracle na nahulog yung pera sa langit. There was no miracle na nag-move yung mountain. Ang nangyari lang, as I applied the principles, it would work effectively. And many good things happened. One of the good things that happened was we became the biggest lettuce supplier of McDonald's for the whole country. Imagine a small farm in Bukidnon supplying the whole country with lettuce. And that happened from 2002 to 2010. We don't supply them anymore. Nagbago na rin yung needs nila. And kami naman, nagbago na rin yung farm. We are today pesticide free. And one of the reasons is we rest our soil in the 7th year. And I realized, lahat ng sinulat ni God doon are practical principles. They're very, very practical principles. Let me just explain to you why nawawala ang pest sa isang farm if you rest the soil in the 7th year. There are 2 ways to kill pests. Isa, lasunin mo. However, everything mutates. Organism adapts. And so, pag linason mo ang insekto, mag-a-adapt yan. So, you need another pesticide to kill it. But there's a better way of killing pests. Gutumin mo. Nothing will survive starvation. So, as we did this, many other things happen. Alam mo nyo, the other thing that God did for me, after 4 years in staying Bukidnon, God gave us a better house. We moved from a container van to a much better house in 2004. 1 year before my promise to my wife of 5 years. Pero si God gumawa nun. Ako, the reason why I'd like to share the principles that I have discovered is because I realize there's a better way of doing business. And it is to do business according to the ways of the Lord. You know, when I was in HP, I would work 12 to 14 hours a day. Wala pa hong traffic nun. In order to meet my target. Today, hindi naman ho na I don't work anymore. I still work. But it is not as hard as before. And yet, the results have been amazing. And I wish all of us, every Filipino, will experience Him. I will continue to share with you what I've discovered sa Bible because I wish you would understand the meaning of a verse that I found in Isaiah 48. Sabi ho niyan, "Thus says the Lord, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. I am the Lord your God who teaches you to profit, who leads you in the way that you should go." For the past 20 years, yun ang ginawa ni God sa amin. He took us from a position of need to a position of relative abundance. And I know that He allowed me to go through that so that I can someday share these things with you. You know, lahat to na sinishare ko is just part of a bigger training that we have. If you want more and cannot wait for all the blogs that I will do, you know, you may want to check the website of Similya sa Kinabuhi. Doon ho, we post the schedule of our business trainings. We have 3 business trainings that we do throughout the year. Essentials of Business, Jumpstart to Develop Your Character, and then Farm for Profit. You can also buy my book. So I've been writing my book so that I can share to as many people as possible. Today, God has given me the opportunity to go online. So I hope you subscribe. I hope you will watch for the next video. And also, if you feel that this is helping you, or if you feel that my channel will help you, can you tell your friends? Ang goal ho naman natin lahat, mag-prosper, maging fruitful, and ang hope natin we do it as a country. So maraming salamat for listening.